This is Be a Beast on Nelson Radio. You chose to be here. This is not by accident that you're here now and in this program. You want to take your performance to the highest level. You want to dominate. You physically work hard. Now that's important. Mentally, we're going to prepare you to have the kind of success that's available to you. Not just for some, but for you to live it fully. You can do it too. Enjoy this journey. This program is your secret weapon. Be a Beast on Nelson Radio.
This is our Be a Beast series on Nelson Radio with Dave Austin. My 29-year business, leadership, and professional coaching, along with Dave Austin's mental performance coaching. That was the young artist, Brianna Noel. A little Christmas music, Dave, as we head into the holidays here.
I love it.
So we've got a great guest in Lorenzo Neal, noted as pound for pound, the preeminent fullback in the National Football League.
When we're going to have a guest on Be a Beast, I mean, he's the guy we got to have on because Lorenzo not only, was an all-pro fullback, but, he started his career as a running back. And he was an outstanding running back and then got injured and then had to shift and became, in the all-decade team, there's only one fullback on it, and that's Lorenzo Neal. And we're going to learn how he was able to shift his whole mentality into saying, he's the star guy, tailback, but now he's going to be the support role. And became a superstar being that support role. So really excited to have you on, Lorenzo.
Hey, Dave, thanks for that great introduction, man.
Nelson, you haven't really had a chance to talk too much to Lorenzo before, and I know you're dying to ask him a question.
Well, I am dying to ask you a couple of questions, and pound for pound, I think I was the preeminent eater as we went through Thanksgiving, so pound for pound, the preeminent fullback. You've been with a number of franchises. Obviously, you had a great stint with the San Diego Chargers, went on to Baltimore, ended your career, I believe, at the Oakland Raiders, but we were talking in our opening segment, Lorenzo, about managing change and how so many people push that off as something that's uncomfortable. You faced that throughout your career. I wanted you to comment on that a little bit.
Yeah, I think that when change is something that, you got to welcome. And I think that when I don't know if you guys ever read the book, Who Moved My Cheese? You got to continue to move and keep evolving as people, as men, as leaders. And even as when you're in the entertainment world, in sports, went from a predominantly two-back offense when I came in the league with, in the Saints, and now the time's going less fullback. So you had to be that guy who really had to be an anchor and had to show your value. So it was me with change. I saw it coming, so I said I have to work that much harder. So I was fortunate enough to play with some great backs who made my job a lot easier. And that's what change is. Change is always good. It's just how you deal with it. That's what life's about. Life continues to change, and life continues to evolve. You have to be able to adjust and go with it because it won't wait on you. It's going to continue to go.
It's something that comes up from the outside looking in, people that don't understand professional athletes perhaps or understand their careers. Some would look at, you traveling through 6-7 different franchises and kind of misdirect you into that, he's a journeyman player. And yet you are known as a 4-time Pro Bowl fullback, a phenom. How do you balance those two?
Yeah, I think that's it's a great statement, kind of how, as a journeyman player, is this guy who never really stayed in a long place, played in San Diego 5 years, as New Orleans Saints for 4 years, and you say, guy played 16, 17 years. How does that happen when you're such a prolific at what you do? I think now with the free agency and the way that things go and how it is and how it continues to evolve, I think that you have to be, when you're in a position that the value's not there, and you're pretty much an assassin for hire, and teams use you just for what you can bring to the table. And you have to understand that, and you have to be able to take yourself out of it. And that's how you, as a parent and as a father, as a leader, it can't be about you. You got to understand that you have to be a provider. You have to understand that this is your job. You have to understand that it's a business. You have to understand that if you treat it as a business and not as a hobby. See, I play tennis as a hobby, and I'm not that darn good, and I get mad if they keep too many faults, and I'm like, darn it. But you know what? Go ask you, and go ask Dave, and ask yourself, Did you play it as a hobby? You'd say, no, it was your business. When you were trying to go pro and you became professional, it was your business. And that's how a lot of guys, they treat the National Football League or the sports that they're in and the jobs that they're in. You treat it as a hobby and usually get you hobby results. If you want to be great at something, you got to treat it as a business. If you're going to be in sports, you better treat it as a business. That means you better be in the locker room. You better be working out. You better be watching film, watching your opponent, watching how he holds the ball. What's his release when he's dropping the ball in his tennis? What is he trying to do? What, his points. That's how you become great. That's how you become a great player and learn your craft.
And a student of your profession.
Yeah, you know what, Lorenzo, I love what you had to say because, one of the things you gave all the credit to those backs, those great backs. I mean, you did play for great backs, but you're the only fullback that led 11 straight years backs to over 1,000 yards. Do you think you might have had a part in them having their success? My viewpoint is, amen. Yes, brother, you did. Because of the student you were, because of your commitment. And that's what the show is all about, is that, you chose football, and that was it. Nelson and I both, played tennis as a profession. But, in business, we have to make a choice every day. And I think you said it so beautifully. You study it. You be the best. You don't take it on as a hobby. You take it on as your job. And in that kind of extreme focus, that's when your beast comes out of you.
No question, guys. You and Nelson understand, the dynamics of being a team player, what role, when the guy needs to lay off, when the guy needs to come in. Even on the show, you start to develop chemistry. In football, anything you do in life, you got to have chemistry with your partner, whether it's your wife, whether it's your business partner. That's how you become successful. When it becomes about you, that's usually pride before the fall. You got to be able to trust people if you want to be successful in a lot of things that you do in life. You look at Tom Brady and the Peyton Manning. Tom Brady this year losing all the guys that he lost and still able to keep that team playing at a high level. Why? Because his commitment to excellence, him challenging other athletes and guys around him that he wants more and he expects more. He demands more. And that's what leadership does. Leadership isn't given. It's earned.
Thanks for being with us. This is Be a Beast on Nelson Radio with Dave Austin and myself, Nelson. You can reach us direct, 888-888-2136. Do you ever want a secret weapon? Be a Beast training video is your weapon. From the locker room to the boardroom, success is not by accident. Performance is not by chance. You want to get your mind right? Perform at the highest level? Dominate your marketplace? Be a Beast training video is the answer. Mentally, we're going to prepare you to have the kind of success that's available for you to live it fully. You can do it too. The Be a Beast training video is your secret weapon. 888-888-2136. Let me say that again. 888-888-2136 or text BEAST to 313131.